What's up, guys? Carolina Jackpot coming at you on Wednesday evening. Want to get on here and tell you all a little story and offer you some sound advice. So probably a couple months ago, I kind of got interested in going to the South Carolina versus East Carolina game in Greenville, North Carolina. I looked at it and said, you know, I went there one time. It's been 1985. I was a little kid. But nice venue. It's not that bad of a drive here from the upstate of South Carolina. It's like 5 hours away. It's a game that South Carolina should win. And let's be frank, I mean, since you joined the ACC, if it's not Georgia and it's not Tennessee or the Taters, I mean, the road games are really, they're not that close. Tennessee, I guess, you know, debatable or whatever. I just said that. Anyway, long story short, I look on StubHub for tickets to this thing, and I'm like, man, they're wanting $147 a piece for tickets to this game. This was right after they dropped all of the requirements, the capacity requirements in North Carolina, or restrictions. I'm like, $147, and then you pay all of their bullshit fees. It ends up being like $380 for two of the cheapest tickets I have. I'm like, nah, buddy, I'm not doing that. And I'm not. And I will spend money on silly things, toys, just crazy stuff that, you know, other people would think are frivolous, scratch off tickets, what have you. But I'm still always looking for deals, and there's no way that I'm dropping almost $400 for cheap seats to a game between, let's face it and call it what it is, two below average teams. I'm just not going to do it. Prices on this were jacked up because COVID-19 is starting to get out the back door, and everybody wants to get out. I get that. Also, East Carolina has jacked up prices on this because they know all the South Carolina fans are going to buy these tickets up. Yeah, there will be more South Carolina fans at that stadium than there will be East Carolina fans, and it's in their home stadium. So I'm like, man, how can I find some tickets to this thing cheaper than this for right now? Because I'd like to go ahead and get things secured quick. Because, you know, the week of or the week before, the ticket prices are going to drop. But that's not a guarantee. And I like to handle things as they come and put stuff in the rearview mirror. So I'm like, what can I do? So, I was like, well, Craigslist, you know, maybe somebody's got something for sale there. So I go on the Raleigh, North Carolina Craigslist site. And lo and behold, I find someone who has this for sale.
Lies.
And that's exactly the way it's worded. 4 vouchers for any East Carolina home game. So what it is this guy gets a voucher from the athletic department every year. You send it in and you get 4 of the best tickets they have to whatever game you want to go to for that date. Yeah. So, you know, I get in correspondence with him, back and forth, emails, and then he stops corresponding with me. So, like, the next day, I'm like, buddy, I'm interested in buying this. You know, I mean, what's going on here? He's like, you know, I have to wait on East Carolina to send it to me. They're notoriously slow for getting things out. Okay, that's believable. So he emails me back a few days later, says it finally came in the mail. I'm going to offer it to you first since you were the first one to ask about it. But I have several other people that are interested, so could you please let me know? So, of course, I let him know ASAP. I said, yes, I will. Do you have PayPal? No response. I'm like, I need a PayPal address. And he's like, okay, well, here's my PayPal address. I'm like, fine. What's $140 for this? I said, I'll send you $150 to take care of that for you to mail it first class. Okay, well, here's my $150. And I'm like, do you need my home address? You know, cause it's like I'm having to do all the work here. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's my home address. Roy mails it. It comes in. I opened this up. It was last week on Monday. I'm like, man, I was like, oh, excited. I'm opening this up, and I look it up, open it up, and the voucher, and here's what it says. Yeah, the American Red Cross. Any home game except South Carolina. So my heart sinks. I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to recoup my money here? So I'm like, am I going to ask this guy for a refund, or am I just going to hold on to this and try to sell it? Because I can put it on their Craigslist site. Maybe I can sell it to somebody. They do have a home game this year against Cincinnati. That should be a pretty good game. And it's not on the list for games that you can't go to. Sorry, I'm picking a flea off my dog's leg. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. I shouldn't have to go through all this rigmarole, and this guy should not have sold that to me knowing the first correspondent I told him was a South Carolina fan. So I sent him an email, responded to that with, well, just send it back to me and I'll send you a PayPal refund. Okay, fair enough. So I sent it back to him. Long story short, he sends me a PayPal refund back, right? So he got it back so he could, sell it to whoever. I just got kind of curious. I look back on Craigslist once again today, Raleigh, North Carolina. He's got this thing back up for sale again, and he has the words on there, any, in all caps, when the rest of the post is not in all caps, any home game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not good for any home game. You cannot use it for the South Carolina game. So I can see what he's trying to do now. He's going to try to pawn it off on somebody else, and then once you get it, he's not going to give you your money back. He was nice to me for whatever reason, I don't know, but this thing is not good for any home game. It's not good for the South Carolina game. So, and don't give you this, well, you don't know. I mean, he might have another voucher that is different. And no, he don't. People don't just stack vouchers up like cordwood for football tickets. He's trying to sell this to somebody else, hoping they'll just look at it and say, oh, to hell with it. I'll just keep it and I'll try to sell it to somebody else so he can get rid of it and make a quick buck. I called him out on it as soon as it happened to me. I'm like, man, I told you I was a South Carolina fan. This ain't for South Carolina. And I know you might not have known that because you don't play us every year, but I want my money back. And he gave it to me, but he probably ain't going to give it to you. So this is just a FYI. It's a little buyer beware if you're a South Carolina fan, because you may go on that Raleigh, North Carolina Craigslist site, just like I did, thinking that you'll get some cheap tickets there. I could see people doing it. And don't do it. Don't do it, because that is not good for the South Carolina game, and you'll get screwed out of your money. So I just want to throw up that little warning there. This is not a good guy. Very shady in the way that he dealt with me. Even though he did give me my money back, it was like I had to drag responses out of him. I had to do things. I had to do all the work. I had to provide this. I had to provide that without you. So I wouldn't deal with this son of a bitch if I were you, because you're going to end up getting burned, and you're going to end up holding the bag full of something that you really don't want. So that's it. Craigslist is a good place to give away free stuff, but that's about it. I don't trust a lot of people on there because hell, anybody can post on it. So there's that. But anyway, guys, just buyer beware from Carolina Jackpot. I hope that you heed my advice. Don't want to see anybody get bilked out of their hard-earned money. I appreciate it. Push, and I'm out. Go Gamecocks. Spurs up to my toes up, baby. And I'll find them tickets somewhere, by God.